False start. How's everyone doing? Good to see you. How's everyone keeping? I'm not going to lie. I was flapping around to get ready for this live stream. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one tonight. Casper, how are you doing, man? Thank you very much for last night. I appreciate that. Jumping on the stream last minute and doing some magic and entertaining everyone. That were awesome. Hi, Maggie. How you doing? Dean, how you doing, man? Hi, Amy. Hi, Mum. How you doing? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Wait, rock and roll, man. Yeah. So today I've been working on my brother's video. God, it's been a lot of fun doing it, but just so much footage to go through. Obviously, they're doing this fan video where people have sent in a load of footage and photos and all this sort of stuff. And just trying to sieve through it and compile it all together and make it into something. It's taken a little longer than I'd hoped, but I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. But yeah, and it's not quite there yet, Steve. It's basically I'm currently waiting for the song's called Army of Friends to render, and then once it has, I'm gonna be uploading it probably during this stream at some point. So yes, if it's not up straight away, it'll be up. Yeah, as quick as I can. Definitely tonight, though. So what's everyone's day been like? So get people going in the comments. The hardest part of doing the video is going through the footage. Absolutely, man. 100%. Especially when you've got hundreds of videos and photos, because obviously they did a call to action from everybody. All of their fans just went, great, let's send them loads of stuff. And then I'd already kind of said I'd love to edit the video for the guys, and then kind of underestimated how much time it would take. But nonetheless, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Yeah. I did the same thing, Casper, on, I think it was Sunday. I got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and just started editing. Right, I'm going to play a song. There was a request last night for one that I didn't get around to playing. And then I'm going to introduce Tom. I'm really looking forward to hearing his material. He's been smashing it at the moment, and it's awesome to see how much success he's getting at the moment. Well deserved, and yeah, man, it's going to be good. Groundhog Day, apparently. Sorry, I'm just going to have to... I need to just take 20 seconds to tune the guitar properly. I just hope that they enjoy the video, because they haven't even approved it. I'm just going to upload it and then hope for the best. That's as and when I get it. Okay. Right, so this was requested last night, so I'm going to just try play this. And I'll walk in the snow, in the blistering cold, and I'll search for the stories to tell when I get old. And we'll talk in the night. Can you feel the cold when you close your eyes? This isn't easy now. What are we searching for? 'Cause it's right here in front of us. So please don't just give up, 'cause this isn't easy now. And I'll sail in the sea as the waves crash down on me. And I'll search for the stories to tell when you can sleep. And we'll talk in the night. Can you feel the cold when you close your eyes? This isn't easy now. What are we searching for? 'Cause it's right here in front of us. So please don't just give up, 'cause this isn't easy now. This isn't easy now. What are we searching for? 'Cause it's right here in front of us. So please don't just give up. And this isn't easy now. And I'll walk in the snow, in the blistering cold, and I'll search for the stories to tell when I get old. 2, 3, 4. Thanks a lot, guys. That was a lot of fun. I haven't played guitar all day, so that was nice to play. Right, I'm just going to jump right into it. There's plenty of people in at the moment, and oh no, Dave's here. He's watching to make sure I'm uploading the video. Well, currently the video is still not rendered. I don't know why. Let's have a quick look before we bring Tom on, because obviously I don't want to be doing that whilst. Okay. Right. It's still not bounced down, which is really frustrating. Nonetheless, I will finish this show. I'm going to enjoy the show, and I'm going to do this, and then I will upload it. I will render it again and sort it out and get it up. So apologies if you've come over from the Dunwell show and he's I know the suspense is killing me too. It will happen, I promise. It will happen tonight, straight after the show, or maybe during the show. Anyways, I'm going to introduce you to Tom. This guy is he's absolutely rocking it at the moment, and I'm excited to hear his new material. He's brought out a new EP, and yeah, let's just bring him on without further ado. Here we go. Oh, I've kicked you off. Where are you? I don't have control of your mute button. Tom? I can't unmute you. Tom? Oh, he left and came back. I'm really confused. What's going on? Tom? Whoa. What happened there, Tom?
Hello.
You're on twice. What's going on?
For some reason, it's like really cracked.
Oh, there we go. Right, okay. I think it's
like
fit.
really cracked.
What is?
Are we good? Oh, we're all
Okay.
good now.
Okay. Whew. That was tense. I mean, I could see you twice on the screen here. It was blowing my mind.
Well, I went and came back because the whole way through your song, unfortunately, I couldn't hear it, man, because my side, it was just cracking up.
Oh, man. I hope that wasn't the case for everybody. I will ask. Was it distorting during that song much more than usual? Or was it like a static telly?
It was like static telly.
Right, okay. Well, hopefully it wasn't the case for everybody in the comments. We'll wait and see what they say. But nonetheless, it's not about me, it's about you. I'm glad you're here now, so that's all good. As long as your sound's working and we're able to talk to you, then I'm happy. I'm happy with that. So,
Yeah.
how's things, man? How are things?
Yeah, you're still breaking up, man.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, things are really good, mate.
Yeah?
I mean, obviously, other than the situation that we're all stuck inside, other than that, things are good. Still busy trying to promote the band as much as we can.
Good, man. That's good.
How about yourself? What? Can you give me 2 seconds, Matt? I'm going to try and move. I think maybe I need to be closer to the router or something because it seems like it's my end, but everything keeps stuttering.
That sounds like a plan. Right, I'll keep everyone busy. You just jump off or do what you need to do, and then come back on, yeah? Or are you just going to walk to the next place that you need to go?
Yeah, I'll be 2 seconds. We'll give it.
All right, man.
Try. All right, cheers.
Right, so apologies for that false start. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. As long as it's sounding good at your end, I'm happy with that. Perhaps headphones, maybe. Yeah. So, how many people here have come from the Dunwells live show? How many people are just new here in general? I can see a lot of the diehards, which is really good. Life is not a movie, and life is not a play. It's not for us to feed off others' misery. And who are you to judge me or stand in my way? I know that I'm not perfect, but who are you to say? Don't point a finger, 'cause there's 3 pointing back. If only we would take a second just to reflect. And when we were young without a care in the world, if only we would listen to the things we were told. I can see you still watching, Dave. Sorry, man. Life is not a movie. Life is not a play. It's not for us to feed off others' misery. And who are you to judge me or stand in my way? I know that I'm not perfect, but who are you to say? Yeah, don't point a finger, 'cause there's 3 pointing back. If only we would take a second just to reflect. And when we were young without a care in the world, if only we would listen to the things we were told. Was it worth it? Nice one. There's a good number of you that have come over from the Dunwells. That's awesome. You'll be pleased to know, Dave, that it has just rendered, so I will upload that at some point. But Tom's back now, so I'm going to bring him on. Tom? Hey! How you doing?
How we doing? That's better.
Yeah, man. Let's pretend that none of that happened. This is completely seamless. It's not live telly.
It's not,
yeah,
not
man.
like we
So
did earlier or anything.
I know you'd think that we were like, did sound check and everything. Well, we did. But anyways, so obviously you're keeping busy during lockdown and stuff. You see, trying to maintain promoting the band and keep on the forefront of people's minds and stuff when it comes to putting out new music. How are you trying to achieve that? In what respect are you doing that?
I think we're all lucky, obviously, in the current day and age that we've got social media. I mean, if we were bands now back in the 70s, it'd be absolutely stuffed. You wouldn't have anything to. So I think just keeping proactive on social media. In a way, I feel lucky that we had music that we were already releasing. It was coming out an EP which we released last Friday on April 24th. So we already had that in the pipeline. So there was already loads of work going into that. A lot of bands seem to have pulled their releases and stuff, and we did consider it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It just, to me, I can kind of understand why they are, because they want to be able to be out promoting it at the shows, playing the gigs. But at the same time, like with everything that's going on now, I think the world needs music more than anything.
Absolutely, mate.
So for us, it was just keep going with it, and so mainly just pushing the EP online as much as we can. That's been the main job over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, man. So essentially, what you're saying is you recorded an EP ready to release, and I'm assuming you had I know you had a tour to back that up with, and all that's kind of gone on the back burner right now, but you're still making the best of it and doing your online stuff. Like, there was a big run of dates that got pulled, or are they postponed? What's the plan with them?
They got rescheduled, and they got rescheduled very early on in the whole situation for the middle of July, which, looking at it now, is maybe quite ambitious, but
optimistic.
Yeah. But at the time, it was what the venues were telling the promoters to do.
Of course.
With it, and we just followed what we were advised on.
Well, at the end of the day, it's in the interest of the venues to get opened up as soon as possible. And I also feel like I think it was a good move, to plan, as much forward as you possibly could. Knowing the information you did then, it's easy enough it's easy enough. The logistics of postponing and rescheduling again, obviously, is a bit of a logistical nightmare. But in hindsight, imagine we were out. We still could be out. We still might be allowed out in June, July. But yeah,
I think probably the only thing that's in our favour is that on the tour dates that we've got rescheduled, it is 200 cap people venues. It's not 2,000 people venues.
Yeah, of course.
So, but then at the same time, I guess it's like the pubs reopening. They don't think that's going to be until the end of the year. But we're trying to stay positive. We'll wait and see. You never know.
Absolutely, man. Exactly. Yeah. And the EP, you'd recorded all of that well in advance and got ready to do the sort of the scheduling and all that sort of stuff. How would you feel it's been received with the amount of promotion you've done in the ways that you've been able to do it? Are you happy with the response?
Yeah, it's been online has been better than we imagined.
Awesome.
Like, it's been insane. We've had radio plays all over the place, like major support from Hugh Stevens on Radio 1, which
that's sick.
Is obviously mind-blowing. Picked us as one of his ones to watch in 2020. And their Radio X. So all those sort of things have been amazing. It's felt like, weirdly, we've been sat at home just putting an EP out, and more and more fans seem to have just latched onto it in the last week, which is so obviously exciting. And it's been good in a way, and it's actually for the shows. Like, we had the shows booked in like Cardiff and Liverpool, for example. We've had messages from people saying, "So glad they've been postponed because I hadn't heard of you before the EP release, and now I've got the rescheduled date." So that's in a way, it's kind of good.
Yeah, I mean, you go out. So I mean, I think that's the power of the internet. I think we're all still kind of learning that you can play in front of hundreds of people all across the world whilst sitting in your bedroom, kind of thing, or
Yeah.
you know, put your music out on a platform that gets streamed thousands of times. I saw today, was it over 12,000 monthly listeners or something, or streams on your Spotify?
Yeah, the EP's had 12,000 listeners since Friday, which is cool.
It's incredible, man. It's awesome. And then when you think like that new audience, you know, you're going to get put on playlists and that kind of thing, which is going to push out into much bigger audiences. I think touring is more for the artist. I mean, obviously, fans do enjoy live music, but do you see what I'm getting at? Like, I think the artist...
It's a great way, obviously, for bands now. It's so important to be touring because you sell merch at these shows to fans.
Yeah.
But I think touring is really important when there is that fan base.
Yes.
It's still important for, obviously, you've got to learn your craft, get out there, play shows, try and meet new people. But with what you're saying, with the way the internet is now, you can easily build a fan base by sitting in your bedroom.
Yeah, definitely.
It's insane.
100%. But nonetheless, it's still... you can't beat live music, like performing live. I mean, as soon as lockdown like loosens up, I think people are going to go out, show a completely new appreciation for live music. Maybe almost feeling like they maybe took it for granted before. Not just in music, in all entertainment, in all aspects of life. I think people are gonna run with it, which is really good.
I think that time when they thought about going to see their mate's band for £5 on a Friday night and they couldn't be bothered, it will be a completely different story. It'll be like, got to go out, got to do whatever we can. We don't know when anything like this could happen again or anything now.
That's it. It's one of them, innit? But yeah, I'm glad it's getting really well received, and you know, you're using and the platforms and stuff and everything at your disposal, like and pushing everything in the right way. It's only going to make for a better time when, as you say, people are latching onto it now, like being grateful for the fact that they've now heard of you and buying tickets to go see you on these later dates. So that's awesome, man. I think if you're ready, man, should we jump into a song? And then, because I'd like to get a few songs out of you if you've got a few ready. Because normally you're a bit sort of full pace, aren't you? You're a bit more
very indie rock punk is like the 3 words I'd put around it.
Cool.
So it's different. This has been really weird stripping it back for the last few live streams that we've done. Like, I used to write the songs acoustically, and then recently our guitarist, he runs his own recording studio, so we have a space that we're very lucky that we can demo the songs, so they kind of go straight from an electric guitar now. So playing some of them back now acoustic, it's definitely interesting.
Well, I look forward to hearing these, mate.
Okay, should we give it a crack?
Yeah, mate, go for it. I'll make you full scream and whatnot. Have a good one, mate.
Thank you. Well, this is the first track off of the EP. It's one that we released a single not long ago. It goes by the name of Shrink.
I need to get some rest. It's all in my head. I need to get some sleep and just learn to breathe. Oh, that's what she said. I need to take some time and take the weight off my mind, because I'm losing touch. This is all too much. Oh, this is my life in decline. She's trying to help in my mind. She's trying to fix what she finds, but I don't think it's helping at all. No, I don't think it's helping. I take it. They say I'll never shake it. I'm fighting with no energy. I am my worst enemy. I take it. They say I'll never shake it. I'm fighting with no energy. I am my worst enemy. I'm giving it all that I have. I'm leaving it all where I stand, but I ain't really moving at all. No, I ain't really moving at all. How I get so lost? It's like my mind's tying knots. While my life comes undone, my head's on the run. I'm running with these thoughts I've got. How do I stop these clocks rolling on while I just get blocked from the life that I want, the things I've not got? I'm feeling like the laughing stock. She's trying to help in my mind. She's She's trying to fix what she finds, but I don't think it's helping at all. No, I don't think it's helping. I take it. They say I'm never shaking, I'm fighting with no energy. I am now its enemy. I take it. They say I'm never shaking, I'm fighting with no energy. I am now its enemy. I'm giving it all that I have. I'm leaving it all where I stand, but I ain't really moving at all. No, I ain't really moving at all. I take it. They say I'm never shaking, I'm fighting with no energy. I am now its enemy. I take it. They say I'm never shaking, I'm fighting with no energy. I am now its enemy. I'm giving it all that I have. I'm leaving it all where I stand, but I ain't really moving at all. No, I ain't really moving at all.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice work, man.
Is that right?
Despite it being, yeah, man, it sounds sick. Despite it being just you and your guitar, you could still feel like the high energy vibe to it. It sounds really cool, man.
Thanks. That I got quite nervous then, and I don't know why.
Did you? I wouldn't have
Yeah.
noticed, mate. Honestly, I didn't notice. So you've been doing a little bit of live streaming and stuff before this. It's not your first rodeo, is it?
No, I've been giving it a crack. I remember when you messaged me
Yeah.
way back, and I was sort of like, yeah, man, I'll come on, and then I didn't reply for a bit, and I was just weirded out by the fact of doing these sort of things because I hadn't done them before. They were alien to me. So
You got to move through the times, especially like it was a. Yeah, that was exactly the same with me, mate. Like I was just saying, it was the same with me. I think there's a slight delay, so if we interrupt each other, I apologise.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm starting to try and get the grasp of it.
I feel like those news reporters, it's like it moves over to the weather and then they just.
Yeah, you're breaking up again for me like you were earlier.
Oh no, you're joking me, like really bad?
Yeah. You've gotten all blurry. No. It's a disaster. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, maybe it's me. Guys, can you see me in the comments okay? Am I blurry and going all weird? What's going on? You guys are our eyes at the moment.
I'm wondering if it's my Wi-Fi, but I'm right next to it, and it's normally pretty good.
Tom is good. It's me. Right.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Oh yeah, I've just got a text from our drummer saying you're quite clear, Tom, but he's all glitchy.
Great. That's good to know. As long as you're good. Well, in that case, then, do you want to play another song? And I'll try see if I can fix this.
You broke up then, but I'm guessing you said to play another song.
Yes.
Yeah. Got you. Right, we'll go with it. All right then. So while Matt's sorting it out, this is an older one. It's not up on the internet, weirdly enough. When we used to be under just Tom Lumley instead of Tom Lumley and the Brave Liaison, which is the band name for anyone who hasn't heard it. We released this song, but all that come down now. But this one will be back soon. It goes by the name of Crawling.
You want me back, so now I'm crawling back on my hands and my knees. You want me back, so now I'm crawling, 'cause I'm a fool that can't resist the tease. You got me locked up in my feelings now. You got me messed up on your life and got me tied up to your parents' bed. I don't know how I'm alive. You want me back, so now I'm crawling back on my hands and my knees. You want me back, so now I'm crawling, 'cause I'm a fool that can't resist the tease. I'm feeling inspired and broken, no remedy. It's time to wake up. No solution, I'm feeling like democracy. It's time to get out so I can breathe. You want me back, so now I'm crawling back on my hands and my knees. You want me back, so now I'm crawling, 'cause I'm a fool that can't resist the tease. You want me back, so now I'm crawling back on my hands and my knees. You want me back, so now I'm crawling, 'cause I'm a fool that can't resist the tease.
Sweet. How are we getting on?
Better? Worse? Oh my god. How's that?
Here he is. That's much better. I can see you.
Hey. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks
and
for
you're as clear as.
thanks for holding the fort, mate. You did a great
That's
job.
cool, mate. I tried.
So, did you say that was an older track? That's not a recorded song. Which one was that?
Yeah. So we used to just originally I was a solo artist and just me and the acoustic guitar. Which,
I remember
weirdly
seeing you.
Don't know.
Go on.
Go.
I'm gonna have to stop interrupting you because you carry on.
I think you're going to say what I was going to say, anyways.
You just go ahead then.
The acoustic. Do you remember seeing at the Dunwell show?
Yeah, man. I do.
You don't, do you?
I do. Yeah.
You-
It was. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Is that I can't remember what was the venue called again. But that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say that was the first time I'd ever seen you play live before. So yeah, I didn't realize. Well, obviously I did realize that that's how we met. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
as you were.
It's been ages since then. Years.
It has. Yeah. So that was before you added the full band.
Yeah. And then I always knew that I wanted like a bigger sound for the music, so the intentions were always to have a band. Eventually, it came about. So we were still gigging under the name Tom Lumley for a little while, and then just we weren't acting like a singer with session musicians. We were acting like a band. So about a year and a half ago now, we added the Brave Liaison bit.
Nice.
And Crawling was one of the songs that we'd released under Tom Lumley. We've taken over online under that name simply because we were finding such a split between our listeners on like Spotify, for example, because we had two artist profiles. We couldn't link them up. So there's a few songs as well that don't represent us where we are now. So they probably won't be coming back. And a couple like Crawling, they'll be coming back at some point.
Great. I like that one as well. That was cool. I have a question actually that's came through on my Instagram. It's regarding the bandmates. So your bandmates, Jake, Johnny, and Billy, snog, marry, or avoid?
Yep.
So which one would you pick? I'm assuming that's what she means by the question.
Who's asked that?
F Snowball 75.
Fiona.
Do you know that?
She's one of the best. She's a legend. She's to a lot of our shows, bless her. She's a brilliant person.
We can move on swiftly from that one. It's just you might have a favourite. You might have a favourite in the band. I mean, I have a favourite in my band. But carry on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for this.
Go for it, man.
Because I would snog. This sounds so weird saying it. I would snog Billy, the bassist.
Right.
Because he's like maybe one level underneath as good looking as David Beckham. So
right.
he's got it going. And he's a nice lad.
Maybe I should have got him on. I'm only kidding.
Yeah, you should have, mate. Not me. Off the face of the band. And then Johnny, the drummer, I would marry because he's just always working. So I'd be able to sit happy at home. He'd be providing. Be nice, easy life, really. And he's very DIY. Hands-on, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So he could help out with all that. And then Jake's going to kill me, but I'd avoid, not for any reason. He's a nice, but he's more like a brother to me than anything. Me and Jake do all the writing together, as I said earlier. So I think we've probably got we'd slightly bicker more at times.
So you can write a song and then just avoid him for the rest of the time. Perfect.
Yeah.
My wife just commented saying, "Can you please get on the bass, the good-looking David Beckham lookalike?" That's nice of her to try and
get him on.
Great. Then the next question: have you got any stories behind any of your tattoos?
Oh no, I've got some. So I don't think they're that bad, but there's some bad ones. But the actual stories behind them. I mean, this one's quite shocking. It's just like, oh wait, which one am I going? Play, pause, and rewind and stuff. I just woke up and wanted a tattoo, and my mate said that he only had like 20 minutes. It was in his lunch break was all he could fit me in for, and did that. It was pretty stupid. Cool. I've got a logo for a festival in Spain called Benny Cassim, which is the little man in there. I don't know if you can see him. Little bobblehead, looks like an astronaut.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. Oh, did I make way too fast?
I just wonder how many people are like either like this to the phones or right up against the screen like me. Proper trying to inspect your tattoos, man.
Yeah. Trying to look. Well, I keep on moving the wrong way as well. It's weird. I mean,
it's strange, isn't it? It's weird. Like trying to point to places, it's backwards. It's weird. Anyway, yeah. So, what's the top one on your right arm? Here on
this one. Oh, it's not finished yet, so it's quite embarrassing.
Okay.
It's a shark's mouth.
Cool. I love tattoos. They're good, aren't they?
But I like sharks. What's that?
You like? I love tattoos. They're cool, aren't they? They don't always have to have a meaning cool. Either. Like. I mean,
no, that one was just I like sharks, and I'm gonna get like a lighthouse in the middle of it with like some waves. So it's not finished yet. It will look hopefully a bit better when it's done.
Looks cool, man. Yeah, I love it.
What
Very
about
good.
you, Matt? What's your coolest tattoo, Matt?
It's not cool, but it's my favourite. I've got a lily and the entertainer. I don't know what is it. Notation music. Script.
Yeah.
For my mum and my dad. So Lily's my mum's favourite flower, and the script, the entertainer, is what my dad always plays on the acoustic guitar. And if my parents are still watching, they absolutely hate me having tattoos, and I'm covered in them. So apologies, but at least I got one for them. So they can't complain then.
That's exactly the same situation. Mum and dad both said when you're 18, then you can make your own decision. And
yeah.
I've got one that symbolises dad, but I haven't got one that symbolises mum. So I'm going to have to think of something.
One day, yeah, you'll need to. Otherwise, you'll be forever in the bad books. That's what I found, anyways.
Weirdly enough, the one to do with my dad is music script as well. Music notation.
Nice. Cool. What's the notation for?
Music. So the letters musically spell out DAD.
Oh, nice.
Dad.
Very cool.
And then the other side, we probably shouldn't bring it into it. The other side is CFC for Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, you're a bit of a footballer, aren't you? You play football with my cousin, actually, don't you?
Yeah.
You mentioned that, which was really like small world, isn't it? Mental. The delay on this is blowing my mind.
You're breaking up.
Hello. Hello.
I can't hear you.
Oh no.
Hello. Yeah.
The latency on
really
this is killing me.
mate.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry. Right. I'm gonna suggest you play another song, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick. Okay, thank God. Right. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know what's going on with my
I heard
internet.
that bit.
You take it away, dude.
Now, this is another one off the EP. Single which we released as well last year in November. There's a really cool, well, I think it's pretty cool, music video for this on YouTube. So check it out. It goes by the name of Casual.
We're leaving as it's cool. Let's talking about it simple. We're trying to disguise the issue. You want something more than this because you're hasty. And I don't think that you realize that you're hasty. And I've been seeing signs. Red flags are propping up all the time. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a sign of the times we won't let it out. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a conversation we could do without. That we could do without. That we could do without. That we could do without. We better leave it as it's casual. We won't talk it out. It's simple. And we're best off ignoring the issue. Yet you still wanting more than this because you're hasty. And I don't think that you realize that you're hasty. And I've been seeing signs. Red flags are propping up all the time. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a sign of the times we won't let it out. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a conversation we could do without. That we could do without. That we could do without. That we could do without. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a sign of the times we won't let it out. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a conversation. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a sign of the times we won't let it out. It's something we don't talk about. It's just a conversation without. That we could do 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 without.
There we go. How are we doing? I can't hear you at all now. I think you've muted yourself.
This is a car crash for me today, man.
Here we are.
I was just saying, you asked me how I'm doing, and I said I'm just thoroughly enjoying listening to music. Despite all the technical issues, I'm really enjoying hearing these acoustic versions, man. So apologies for all the latency and technical issues, man. So yeah,
it's all good. It happens. We were talking about how good technology is.
It's quite ironic, really, isn't it? You don't get this at a live gig. Oh dear. Yeah. Anyways, so you did BBC Made of Ale as well, which was quite an achievement.
Yeah, that was mad. Like, we were talking about it briefly earlier. It's just like bucket list stuff that you don't really expect that you'll do in your life. So, and can imagine for our guitarist, who's the producer, that's his job. For him as well, it was like super special. It was like he does not like waking up in the mornings. And that morning, we left at like 6:30 and was around the place.
It's just the amount of history that's in that building, and now, like I was saying to you before, you're part of that, which is incredible.
it's like we'll always have those videos that we can watch, and sort of that whole thing of once like I was cool and we did it.
I mean, like you say, it's definitely a bucket list thing. What else have you got sort of that's maybe on the horizon or something that you... Are you there? Yo?
It's breaking up again.
It's mad, isn't it? I don't know what's going on.
I see you briefly. I can see you briefly, but
Do you want to just tell me what else you've got that's in your bucket list, what you'd like to do? No. What would you like to achieve?
I mean, there's, for us as a band, I think we fully do this because we love music. We've never been in this game for anything.
Oh no, you've gone. Hello?
Do with wanting to be fair.
Tom, you've gone. I don't think it's just me, you see. Okay. Oh, right. So, guys, sorry about all the technical issues that we were having today. What I would like to say is I've thoroughly enjoyed having Tom on the show, despite all the technical issues. I'd definitely love to have him back on, and we'll try go through this a little bit more smoothly. Should find on my end. I will not be playing any Taylor Swift, not tonight. It's not the time nor the place, Dean. There is issues at hand, and I'm not playing Elizabeth either. Sorry, I don't know it. I'm not going to lie. Live shows, it happens. Absolutely, it does happen. So once, he's still gone. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing. Once Tom maybe comes back, if he does, we will look to try finish that answer to that question. It will save it. It's almost frozen, but we saw Tom and wouldn't have if it wasn't for you, Matt. Oh, thanks, man. But despite that, I think we should get him back on if we can. I'm not the man to play a Taylor Swift song. I'm sorry. Tom, if you don't come back, mate, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, and I hope that you can see this. And for those of you that are new here or don't know Tom, please check out his Facebook and Instagram, which is on the screen at the moment. I'm going to play another song. Thank you very much for sticking around and persisting with this as well, guys. I do appreciate it. Tom's back. Okay, he's back. Should I play a song? I'll play a song after. Tom?
Hello. I don't know what happened then.
Hi.
Hello.
You just went. The screen went black. You froze. It was really scary. I thought I'd lost you forever.
And now you're clear and I can hear you again finally.
I think it's just a mix of both of us having poor internet connection for some reason.
I don't know why. It's really weird. There
I
we
mean,
go.
have you got anyone else in the house that are using streaming?
I've made my girlfriend turn off her Wi-Fi right at the start.
All right, well there you go.
You've got to use that 4G up. You're not using it at the moment, and it's a reason it's there. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, the question I asked you was what bucket list. Obviously, you did the Maid of Vale thing, which is way up there. What else is on the bucket list, or have you achieved more things on the list than you'd ever dreamt of?
we've one of the main things for me is, as a kid growing up, I saw the Prodigy play an Isle of Wight festival on ITV2, and that for me was like, I was probably 10 years old, and I was like blown away and just wanted to play festivals and wanted to be on stage. That was the first time it really made me want to be on stage. So I made a pact with my dad that I wouldn't go to Isle of Wight unless we played it. And this was when I was young, but we played it last year. So that was,
mate,
for me, that was like well up there.
that is sick.
There's been quite a few. In Cambridge, there's a venue called the Junction, and you've got J1 and J2. So J1's the big room. That's like 850 capacity, and J2's 350 capacity. And as a Cambridge band, it's where you see all your favourite bands on tour, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you always want to sell it out. So we've not quite done J1 yet, but we did J2 the back end of last year, and we sold that out, which was
nice.
It's pretty cool. I mean, Cambridge is a smaller place, so than being in London or Liverpool or major city, I think. So to build a fan base up to sell that many tickets felt really good. It felt like a big achievement.
That's awesome. That kind of the vibe of venue that you're talking of there reminds me of the Cockpit when that was around in Leeds. That was our that was our venue that we used to like want to conquer, and I was lucky enough to have played all three rooms and sold out all three rooms. You know, in different parts of the career kind of thing. But yeah, that's it's definitely cool to have a goal in mind, you know, and like have a venue that you want to conquer. Yeah,
we've definitely got ones that we want to. I mean, Brixton Academy is on the list, very high up. I think it is for most musicians. There's just something about that place. And festival-wise, Reading and Leeds is literally like the one that we all want so bad. So
well, the first ever year I went to Reading and Leeds was playing it rather than actually. I'd never been to the festival, and then we did the BBC introducing stage, and that it was like my first ever experience of a festival of that kind of size. Never mind it being Leeds and Reading. Obviously, you see it on telly. Thing is I'm quite strange. I like to, I love the music, and I kind of do like the whole experience and stuff, but I also really quite enjoy sitting and watching it in the comfort of my own home with a bottle of wine or something and just enjoying it on playback on BBC iPlayer, which sounds a bit lame, I guess.
You're literally our guitarist. It's like he will enjoy going out to like a venue, to like a local venue where it's not too crowded, to watch some like up and coming local bands and stuff like that. But take Jake to like Reading Festival, and especially camping a night, he's like, nah.
Nah, not for me. Yeah,
nah.
That's funny. Yeah, but then obviously you ain't going to pass up, just because I like to watch it on telly, I ain't going to pass up an opportunity to play it. So, but yeah, man, that's I think that's definitely within your reach, man. I definitely think, especially if you've got Hugh Stevens backing you and BBC introducing and all that kind of stuff.
With Hugh Stevens putting us this year, like with the title he did, and our local Cambridgeshire pushing us so much, it felt like it might be the year. And now, obviously, I mean, it's not been cancelled yet, but there's not a hope in hell that an 85,000 people festival is going to run in August, in my opinion.
But the way I kind of see it is, and in a positive light, I almost feel like the smaller, more low-key festivals, you know, with a much smaller capacity, they're going to absolutely thrive, and there's going to be a lot more of them. And then they're also going to be like bigger bands playing in smaller like to smaller audiences and stuff, and they're going to feel almost more intimate.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah. And then obviously that's then going to mean that bands like yourself and us and whatever are going to get given opportunities to play in front of what will be a large audience, but in the grand scheme of things, it's more of it's a more of a direct audience that are actually there to listen to the music. Whereas when you play in front of 80,000 people, I mean, because I pretty much played in front of 80,000 people every other weekend. I didn't, but I'm not saying I know what I'm on about. But in my mind, it's like when you play in front of that many people, you've got to hold that many people's attention, and they're obviously there to see a diverse amount of music and that kind of thing. Whereas if you play in front of 400 or 500 people,
I mean, literally, like we did a few festivals last year. Once that was Wilkstock near a place called Stevenage, and we were like in this tiny tent quite late on, and there was like you could only fit 300 people in it, and there was 300 people in there, and it was just insane.
Yeah,
it was like carnage over the barrier, mosh pits, crowd surfing a lot.
love it.
And then, like a month before that, we played a festival called Festival 2 in a place called King's Lynn, and we walked on stage to 10,000 people. And as amazing as that was, and it was a different buzz. Like the whole walking onto that amount of people is amazing, but you don't have the same interaction. I don't think. Maybe once you get to like Monkey Slides or something like that, where and the whole crowd knows the songs. But for us at our stage, playing the smaller shows where you've got people that know you and a few people that don't, you get the atmosphere will always be better, I guess.
Well, I think the way that I've started to process that in general, like when performing, is if you play in front of 10,000 people and only win over 50% of that audience, you've got 5,000 people that aren't by their own, they're entitled to not vibe off it, aren't vibing off it, which seems like a lot from a band looking out and seeing 5,000 people not vibing off it. But if you're in front of a room of 500 people and 250 people are vibing off it, it's a much more like condensed energy. True. So it feels like all 500 people are absolutely losing their minds over it, but having 5,000 people not lose their minds over it, you're kind of like, oh my god, do they like it? That kind of thing. I'm not saying that's the case. It's just that's just easy math for me, by the way. It could be different percentages and stuff.
I remember that literally the first song and thinking like we've got like this front bit here, and they're all seem well into it, and then the rest of them I don't have a clue what they're thinking. Yeah. And then like after we. Like I remember at the time, the start of our set was just a song into a song, and then I spoke for a little bit. And it wasn't until after the second song where there was a chance for the crowd to like sort of clap. Yeah. Realised that the majority of the crowd were enjoying it and
good
stuff. But you still you don't know all the time, and you just want from a performer point of view, you want everyone there to be bouncing up and down, going mental, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And I think even the biggest bands still want that. The biggest bands in the world probably are still striving to get that buzz, that electric feeling.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good, man. So you've played 3 songs already, haven't you? Have you?
Yeah,
you have, because obviously there was a few technical issues, and you covered and you held the fort whilst I was fixing stuff or trying to fix stuff. I mean, there's not a right lot I can do. All I can do is log out and log back in and that kind of stuff. But anyway, we seem to be on track. Have you got any other songs? Or I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but I just feel like we've kind of rushed into a lot of everything.
I'm more than happy to play another track if you
I think let's get another tune off you, mate, and then we'll wrap up the show.
Sounds good. Well, I'll do. Since I've been doing like the tracks acoustically, I've found some of the old ones that I wrote acoustically are quite fun to play. This is what I keep in the set as well. It's probably only one that's stuck crawling. It's called Just Like the Light.
I look in your eyes and danger screams, 'cause they tell lies that I believe. I guess you changed your mind. Popularity, I've gone down in price on your street. You only want me when you've been let down. Only want me when they're not around. It's the only time that I hear you scream, hello, hello. You only want me when you've been let down. Only when they're not around. It's the only time that I hear you scream, hello, hello. Just like the light, you've gone again. The only one I call my friend. Would you come back now? Would you come and stick around? Just like the light, you've gone again. And it's no surprise you set me free. I stood by your side and you neglected me. I guess you changed your mind. fame on TV. I've been pushed aside by celebrities. You only want me when you've been let down. Only want me when they're not around. So many times that I hear you scream, hello, hello. Just like the lion, you're gone again. The only one, oh my friend. Won't you come back now? Won't you come and stick around? Just like the lion, you're gone again. You've gone again. Just like the lion, you've gone again. The only one I call my friend. Won't you come back now? Won't you come and stick around? Just like the lion, you've gone again.
Thank you.
Woo! Yeah, boy.
Cheers,
Good
man.
work, man. Thanks again for coming on and doing this, man. And apologies for any of the technical issues. What I would like to do though is if you've got a bit more spare time in the near future, I'd love to get you back on and we'll do a little bit more. Hear some more acoustic versions and have a bit more of a chat and go through a few more questions and stuff. It'd be awesome to stay in touch, man.
Thank you for having me on, Matt. It was a pleasure.
And then I think my understanding is that, I mean, obviously you're quite a way off because you were planning on coming into the studio and doing a session potentially on around the Sheffield date. But obviously, all things at the moment the way they are. Nonetheless, I'd love to, if you are passing and you're ever sort of near Leeds, then please just call in, man, and we'll look at sorting a session out and we can get the full band in and just go live and do something a bit fun and out there.
We'd love to come in. And if not, Matt, I've got some friends in Leeds I need to visit, so I could always swing by with the acoustic.
That sounds like an absolute plan, mate. Yeah, and there's always somewhere to crash if you're stuck as well. You're welcome here anytime, man. Right.
Appreciate it.
On that note, man, I'm going to scoot and thank you again. For those of you that are still here and if you've never heard of Tom, please check him out on his socials and show some love. And yeah, man, just thank you for coming on and doing it.
Cheers, Matt. Take care, mate.
I'll speak to you soon, Tom. Just stick around for 2 minutes. Hi, guys. Well, that was a mix of emotions. A lot of fun. So much fun to do. However, some technical issues. Nonetheless, still had a great time. It was awesome to hang out with Tom. Great to hear his music, and I'm glad we got to get another song out of him as well. If you're new here and you've never been to Assembly Point, then please consider subscribing. I run this studio, usually have lots of different artists and stuff coming in and out and performing. But obviously we're moving with the times and we're doing live streams and stuff. I'll be doing this daily live stream for the foreseeable future. God knows how long. I really just until you guys stop turning up, because I just thoroughly enjoy doing it. So once again, thank you very much for the continued support, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care of yourselves, guys.